You were not on the picture. No, you want to come look?
Well, I mean, I believe it.
You can see my bald spot. It's not looking at you. Excellent connection.
What's Falwell Corporation?
Falwell?
Yeah.
Where is the detail? What Falwell Corporation is for, the 19,000?
What if they do?
That's a construction group?
Okay.
Just the follow or
Every day I wake up, I'm Joe Line today, and every day.
what work they do.
Falwell Corporation, are they water?
They're the ones doing the sewer pump station.
They're doing it.
I didn't go to water and sewer.
Good. We need that done.
And they're almost every day.
Premier.
My husband
They're
The
good.
said,
only one, but they're
part of
also
that
very
was
good.
I love that.
David is my age. He's a second generation who grew up in the business.
That's fantastic.
And all the
I was thinking, I was about to say, it sounds like it's the guy, Jerry.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of them now. At the airport.
but I have been walking up in
I only have 12 feet. I only have 12 feet. That's about as far as I can go.
up to where I go.
Nope. That's what it looks like right there. It's like 30 seconds behind. But no one's watching right now. It's working. See how much audio is coming on. We are modulating.
Last month.
I don't know if I've ever heard them say that on the radio.
Well, the premium inside, since my seniors is not
I don't even listen to the radio anymore. You know, there's something to be said for that. You could have a good time on the CD. You just bothering or something. I know, it's amazing. I remember when I was, I lived in Suffolk, Virginia, growing up, in my parents lived in Suffolk County. We could get a radio station that broadcast in Suffolk all the way
It's two stations together and then one of those together.
clear.
It probably was just.
I have a pen, I of course left
Yes.
You signed it. Oh, that's just the most recent. Of the changes. All right, we have two viewers.
39 seconds. Where was 701? We've given them a chance.
We lost it, I think that All right, let's go ahead and move back into open. Do I hear a motion to return and certify?
I hereby would like to make a motion to certify the closed meeting. Whereas the town council has convened a closed meeting on this date pursuant to an affirmative recorded vote and in accordance with the provisions of the Virginia Freedom of Information Act. And whereas Section 2.23712 of the Code of Virginia requires a certification by the town council that such closed meeting was conducted in conformity with Virginia law. Now therefore be it resolved that the town council hereby certifies that, to the best of each member's knowledge, only public business matters lawfully exempted from open meeting requirements by Virginia law were discussed in the closed meeting to which this certification resolution applies. And only such public business matters as were identified in the motion convening the closed meeting were heard, discussed, or considered by the town council.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Steve?
Yes.
Paul?
Yes.
Jimmy?
Yes.
Alice?
Yes.
Bob?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, we're back in open session. Gary, if you would please, invocation.
Let's have a moment of prayer. Our gracious, loving God, we give you our gratitude tonight for this time together as a community and for our freedoms and for our men and women who serve and protect. And we ask your guidance, your providence on these proceedings, and that you would lead us to do what's in the best interest of our community and it would be honoring to you. We ask in Christ's name. Amen.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, we thank you ladies for showing up, both of you. And would anyone like to sign up for the public comments? We'll open that up. We'll give you a few seconds to make your mind up. All right, we'll close the public comments and we will move on to the public hearing. Again, would either of you ladies like to,
I think you need to amend the agenda a little bit to describe what's gonna happen after the public hearing. You have the presence of the planning commission, number one. Correct, planning commission, are you there? Okay, they've attended for the hearing.
you guys, yeah, because Paul will make a quorum for that, so you're in good shape.
And what
We got five.
What we're gonna do is we're gonna hear the public comments. You two will be planning your comments. And then the planning commission will go to another area, whether it's maybe in the hall or in the office, or they go down to the picnic pavilion and have a meeting and discuss the comments of the public, and then return to the meeting with a recommendation as to whether or not these proposed amendments should be passed. And then the council will consider them.
All right, do I hear anyone wanting to make any public hearing, speak at the public hearing? All right, we're gonna close the public hearing. Planning commission, where would you guys like to meet? Go in another office, Joe's office, or the pavilion? Take your pick.
You want the pavilion, you all go downstairs if they do.
I said we're doing that.
Like I just said last week.
Amendments to her county code, and I looked it up, I couldn't find anything on the internet. Town sites.
What's on there?
Everything, well, I couldn't find it, I didn't look very hard.
And council, I guess, since we really didn't have any comments on it at all, our positions on the ordinances will probably be unchanged.
Well, for the record, we could outline what is in the proposed changes. We have section 28-329, which is the use regulations in the industrial district. We have one industrial district, which is designated I-1, and we have authorized uses with no special use permit required. There are a number of additional uses added, and some are removed and modified. It's too much to read, but some of the new uses that are included are calculated to allow more modern types of businesses, high-tech businesses, advanced manufacturing. The number one use that we've added is advanced manufacturing, including aerospace, automotive, advanced materials and similar components, parts and products. And we have data processing and related services, not including power generation, other than solar. We have manufacturer of textiles, apparel, leather, and substitute products, science, technology, and research facilities, water treatment plants and related facilities, wireless communications facilities, and telephone facilities. These are some of the new, more technical type businesses that we want to make available for anyone to come in and be able to use our industrial zone. So that is section 28-329, the use regulations in the I-1. The second one is section 28-293, use regulations in the commercial district. And to that, those uses, authorized uses, we've added massage therapist, state license only. And the reason for that is that we have a massage therapist that is in our town, and we wanted to make it so that she would be welcome, and that is why we added that use. And then the third thing is the notice requirements in section 28-884. These are the requirements for advertising any kind of any kind of changes to the zoning ordinance, special use permits, or any zoning action that required advertising has been modified slightly by the state code, so we made these changes to fit our code with the state code. And the main thing they've done is to make it a little less strict on the advertising. You have to advertise 2 times, but it doesn't have to be in successive weeks anymore. It could be any time that is within 28 days or not less than 5 days before the hearing. Before, it had to be 2 successive weeks, not less than 6 days before the hearing. That's basically it. And then there's another provision that it comes in that will be very useful. Before, when we had the successive requirement, you would ask the paper to put an ad in and have to go in exactly 1 week and then the next week. And then if the paper didn't publish it for some reason, which they didn't, sometimes they would mess up or they wouldn't have it right. Your paper wouldn't do that. But
I haven't heard of anything recently, but I don't handle ads.
we have had that happen. And it messes up your schedule because then you have to do it over again. Now it says, not only do you have more time to get your 2 times in, they don't have to be successive weeks, and it says if the paper does make a mistake and you get it in there one time correct, that's all that you have to have it in. So that makes a big difference in if there's any problem with the advertising. So that's the last one. We just want to get in the line of the state code.
While we're waiting for the planning commission, you guys have any questions or comments on the changes?
Yeah, and I don't see any changes from when we did our last, so it looks good to me. For one, I could just read it while we wait. Our stream is excellent according to YouTube, so that is good news.
Are you getting any comments from?
No, we have 4 people watching.
I certainly hope it's working better this time, and we apologize for the repeated technical hiccups, and we'll continue to work on that until we get them right.
Well, you could do the consent agenda while we're waiting.
Even with Paul missing?
Still have a quorum.
Still got it. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Did everyone get a chance to look at the July expenditures?
Just briefly, I'm running a little bit behind. There was one item that already stood up off the page. Let's see if I can find it without taking a whole lot of time. Well, I see another one on page 4, memberships and subscriptions, where we just started a new FY and we're at 225%, so I'm not exactly sure how that happened.
What are you looking at? What page?
4, about a third of the way down.
You're looking at the July.
Yeah. We're at, we budgeted 400, we've spent 901.
I can answer it.
Okay, go ahead.
I figured you could.
There was also another membership and subscription one, and that I can't VRWA. That was $400, and we had another subscription. I can't remember off the top of my head. That was also more than $400.
There should be a place in the enterprise fund for VRWA because that's water.
Mhm.
But now, there's one for VML that's probably around that amount that would go in this line item right here.
Mhm.
And there might be another one I'm not aware of, but there's something else though that I saw a negative percentage on it. That's one of the things we had a few months ago. Yeah, page 5 there, the sale account, negative 60%.
Yeah, we received a check, and while Shannon was away, I was inputting everything.
So that basically shows a rebate or a refund, making it look like that there was a negative expenditure.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Okay.
One of the things we want to add too is another line item. We don't have anything in the water enterprise side to look at professional fees from our engineering firms and all, and we need to track that money separate.
Okay.
So
you're saying we need to amend the new budget to reflect
we're not
that?
we're not going to put any dollars in it. We're only going to add a line item to it. So as we move forward with this, it will show an expenditure in it, but we're just not going to add anything to it to amend the budget.
I mean, there's a process for amending the budget. Now, we can certainly put, that in, we build that into the next budget, but I think what you're saying, you just want to set up an account number right now in order to track it.
That's all we're going to do, because we're going to have to put that money somewhere. So we would rather track it in the correct account and those dollars, won't cause another line item to be blown out of proportion if we put that new line item in there for tracking purposes.
Okay. The biggest one that stands out is on page 6. The $14,972. I'm assuming that is for the lighting project at Stanton Plaza.
14,000. Page 6.
Page 6, yeah. Not far from that bottom.
That's looking at the wrong, yes, to answer your question, yes, it's correct.
However, you know, that you and the majority want to account for that, I'm not going to make waves about that. You know, I'm just talking about it. I was a little surprised to see that on the buildings and grounds. Normally, like we need to do something to the town hall here, or the pavilion, or the yard, or something like that. But since we own the plaza, then that is technically
Yeah,
buildings and grounds.
exactly.
In the past, when we did something like that, like fixed an air conditioner or something at the plaza, we put it on page 7 under economic development projects, but that's not really a good fit.
Yeah, it's not
So-
good.
Yeah, we'll need to look at budgeting for that differently next cycle to reflect that. So in view of that, I mean, it's gonna come out the same at the bottom of the general fund anyway, so I'm not overly worried about that. I just wanted to know as information.
All right. Planning Commission.
All right, so now, that was the consent agenda, is just the, we don't have any minutes yet, right?
No.
All right, I'll make a motion to approve the July expenditures report as presented.
There's a second.
Second.
Gary,
Yes.
Bob,
Yes.
Alice,
Yes.
Jimmy,
Yes.
Paul,
Yes.
Steve.
Yes.
Thank you, Marissa.
Thank you, good work.
All right. Back to the Planning Commission. You guys have a recommendation?
Yeah, we recommend that the two sections be changed as presented. It was section 28-329, that were the changes on the industrial zone, as well as the addition of massage therapy state license only to section 28-293.
Thank you.
And does that also include the 28-884 on advertising procedures?
It does. It was just not on this list. That was going to be our question, but that is also the recommendation to change those to get them more in line with the state.
Okay.
So the recommendation is to approve as presented.
Correct.
Council, any questions or comments?
No, these changes, I think, are past due. These industries we're talking about, like aerospace, automotive, manufacturing of pharmaceuticals, they're very in-demand industries. It's something that we should try to make easier to happen in our town. So I would like to move forward with the changes that have been approved.
So is that a motion?
I'm just making a comment.
Do I hear a motion to move forward as presented by the Planning Commission?
No one else is it. I will go ahead and I will make a motion that we approve the changes to sections 28-329 as presented, section 28-293 as presented, and section 28-884 as presented.
Hear a second?
Second.
Steve,
Yes.
Paul,
Yes.
Jimmy,
Yes.
Alice,
Yes.
Bob,
Yes.
Gary.
Yes.
Thank you, guys. We do appreciate it. Jeff, you don't want to stay?
Okay.
That was kind of like a shame vote, Lawrence. All right, moving along, the new business. How many of you have noticed the plaza parking lot lights?
Yeah,
We got a lot of compliments on those.
looks good.
And also, we had the bids come in on the consent agenda, not consent agenda, the project we got with the state, the mandate project.
Yep.
Joseph, I'm gonna let you put the bids out there for everybody.
So I think you meant consent
Oh,
order phase 2.
Yeah, phase 2 consent order.
Well, we're getting the loan for $1,000,008. The bids for most of the projects were lower from the engineer, like 600,000, 900,000. But on those quotes, they came in at 1,475,000, and another quote was 1,006,000. What was it, 645? Just for each product. Okay, so we fell short $250,000. Mayor approached VDH with the engineering, and VDH is working on getting us the $250,000. And I think it was a grant money too, wasn't it, Mayor?
Yeah, what happened was the bids came in over the expected amount by about $250,000. Plus, we're not going to do the underbore under the railroad up here.
Right, we had to cut that out.
Had to cut that out. That was
That by
way.
itself was $1 million,
Yeah.
almost $1,700,000. Just to
Okay,
get that pipe.
so how are we gonna get that water line to the SVMP?
Well, what was the estimate that engineers provided us for that underbore?
They were way off on the numbers. I don't remember right off the top of my head, but the entire project was 1.7 or something like that.
It was 1.799.
Yeah, we were over that without even considering the underbore. And the engineers they're in agreement to try to scrap it because they know that we're not going to be able to get that much more money out of the state.
They put it into a priority,
Yeah.
is what they did, and they figured that that pipe is not a priority. That pumping station is a priority.
I would agree.
And that water tower for the THMs and the HA5s is a priority. And that's how they put it to us. So, they're the two jobs we're gonna do. Now, they were trying in the beginning to juggle all three, but to juggle all three, they had to make drastic cuts to the pumping station. Electronics and things like that. And it's so antiquated, they all looked at it, they can't do it.
Yeah.
So that's what they have to do. And that's where we're at with that. And we took the two bids, I think it was, is it CR Construction? CR
Yeah.
Construction?
Out of Gretna.
Out of
And
Gretna.
the English was the other, right?
No, we didn't take English.
Didn't take English.
They were 400,000 higher. And we took, give me 1 second. Utility services for the tank. They're the two we took. Now, CRB is doing the pumping station and the line to Alta Vista. They're doing the bulk. Those three projects. Suez is doing the mixer, aerator, ventilator in the tank. That's what we're doing.
Do we have the statement of works from these that we can see?
Yeah, I can get them all. I have them right now.
Yeah, could you email it when you get a chance? That'd be good.
Thank you, Joe.
Yeah, oh, and what else is it? Oh, we had the mini split put in.
Oh, fantastic.
So and that's working well, and it's keeping the pumps from overheat. They're not getting nowhere near as hot as they were. They were pulling like 130 degrees. Now they're only popping 98.
Great.
So that was really what we were. Plus, it's also keeping our antiquated, alarm system and pump controllers from overheating. Cause every now and then they would click off. I have to go reset them, it's just too hot. Now, 70 degrees. So we're good on that.
So the takeaway from this is hopefully the state will see fit to add that $250,000 to their side of the project.
Because we're dropping the boring. Okay, I think that's a completely reasonable proposal.
Everybody was just surprised at the amount of material is and the construction cost
Yeah.
and how it's really going up.
Yeah, it's been a couple of years.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, that's the danger when you go pricing projects 2 years out.
Yeah.
I mean, they gotta use a better number, best guess.
Yep.
It's just, it's ridiculous. I mean, these quotes wasn't even close.
So when are they talking about, which project would start first?
I think the pumping station.
Pump station?
That's what we talked about at the bid.
Okay.
He's supposed to get back to the bidders. We accepted the bid.
Okay.
Now we're supposed to get back.
Okay. So we don't know any sort of timeline right now?
No.
Okay.
But I think it's coming up soon.
Fantastic.
Thanks, Judd.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
And I received a call from Walter McCormick a couple of weeks ago about the easement that is between the old B's and the building beside of it. I didn't know it, but the town owns an easement going up that hill there behind it. Apparently it used to be a mobile home park up there, some trailers or something. And he would like to buy that from the town so that he can put it in the deed for the B's building that Courtney wants to buy. And he said that, you know, he would be glad to, you know, offer some, $250 or whatever we want for it, that he could do that, because they've had some disputes, and apparently somebody's been putting some blocks in there and blocking that driveway, and he said he just didn't want anything to mess up Courtney's parking and all that. That's why he'd like to have it to put on that deed.
Where is this?
It's
Right there between Teresa Haskins' haircutting parlor and Courtney's massage therapy.
Okay, so right here on,
you go right up the
Church
street,
Street.
right before you get to the underpass.
Mhm.
That street on the right, that
Church
first
Street.
building.
So he wants to buy the easement from the town.
Yeah.
Well, it's the town's property, so if somebody's putting any blocks on it, we can tell them to move the blocks. You don't have to sell it to Walter to tell him to move the blocks.
Yeah.
How much acreage is this?
It's just a single lane going up a hill right there.
Don't
Yeah.
know, it's probably, it could be 40 feet, 30 feet, 50 feet, don't know how long.
Yeah.
We have to get it surveyed.
So going towards
If
Tanyard
you-
Road? Or
Yeah,
going
yeah,
towards Main Street?
loosely, going toward the railroad track. If you,
Okay.
between the two buildings, it goes up that little hill right there.
Okay. Gotcha. Interesting. I mean, I'd like to see the plot of land so we can see what it, you know, what it looks like before we make a decision on that. But I mean, it sounds reasonable off the top of my head.
Well, knowing the reason that we wouldn't, and just make sure that we follow proper procedure.
So what would, if you consider doing it, what would the price be?
I guess it would just depend on what the size is.
Yeah. I think that's the biggest part. What's the size of
I'll
that
see
piece of
if I
land?
can get a survey of it.
If the lady buys the lot with that building, she could buy the right of way from the town.
True.
Well, wouldn't that be simpler for her to just buy it all instead of going through two different entities?
If you don't know whether it's really gonna go to her.
Yeah, I kinda agree with John. If we own the property, we could get the blocks removed because To me, if you're gonna offer to let Walter buy it, you also have to let Teresa Haskins have opportunity to buy it, since it's between both properties.
You should just go on the market, and whoever
Right.
wants to pay the highest should get it, right?
Or just get.
Yeah, or just keep it and control it, let the town control it.
Yeah.
That's what I would say, do. Rather than create a bid war between them, just let the town keep it and say, hey, here it is.
Need to move the blocks.
Yeah.
Keep it clear.
Do we know who placed the blocks?
I believe Teresa's husband.
It has to be somebody with a piece of machinery because you're just not lifting those blocks with no little excavator. They're the heavy ones like the homestead.
Oh, it's one of those types. These aren't cinder blocks.
No, these are the blocks like what they put out on the roads when they're doing construction.
So someone spent a lot of money placing these blocks.
I think it was Teresa's husband.
But first you gotta get it surveyed so you know exactly where the boundaries are. And then get it clear.
So you guys want to move forward with getting a survey done on
Well, if we're gonna keep it and manage it for time being, until unless she wants to buy it with the other building, then we don't even know what we're doing without some kind of survey. We gotta have something to go on so that we know how many square feet of land we're talking about and where the boundaries are. I mean, it's a shame to have to do that for something that's small, but sometimes you have to do what you have to do. So, yeah, after thinking about it, I think it's probably better.
it. All right, we'll get it surveyed. All right, let's move on to reports from staff. Treasurer, Marissa.
The month of July was definitely a learning experience for me. Shannon having, or being out, I had to learn pretty quick her main responsibilities. But I was able to figure it all out, and other than that, it was a pretty good but busy month, so.
Anything since Shannon's not here about the clerk's duties, other than you were doing?
I don't know. It was just hard to juggle both jobs, so. But it was manageable.
Thank you.
We appreciate you doing
Thank
that.
you for doing that.
Thank you.
Joseph, Public Works.
Well, we've been working, we have 2 new pumps installed at the sewer station. The old stainless steel box that held the wiring for the floats and the pumps. We had that taken out and 2 new plastic sealed boxes put in. 4 new floats and wired all up, and it's working smooth. Now they have to come back and do the other half. We're waiting on the full stainless steel pump guides. And once they come, they're going to install those and fix the 2 pumps, and then we'll be complete. That's why we paid them half of what was done already. And then, like I said, we had work done at the pumping station, mini split 3 ton works perfect. We've been getting flooded out with a lot of markouts for utilities, coal road, stuff like that, so we've been busy with that. A lot of water customer, I wouldn't so much as say complaints, but inquiries about their billing and how many gallons and leaks. And then a few tree issues. We have a tree issue over here on Canyon Road. I don't know if anybody came down to see. Just you go through the tunnel, you go up Tanyard, you make that first curve, there's a big branch hanging down. Buses have to go to the left to go around. I do have a tree guy that'll come cut that thing down tomorrow morning. He wants to do it for $150. It's just a big branch. Now I can't reach it because I tried to get under there with my pickup and used the 14-foot bar saw, and there's a line right before the branch, and I'm on my toes trying to reach it, I don't think that's a good idea. So that's the way of getting up there. So if the council would consider maybe might want to pay this guy to do it, John McGill Tree Service.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if y'all know.
Yeah.
And he also offered to come out. I don't know if y'all remember, but what's your name? I've heard about you.
Ella Goodman.
Ella Goodman. That we talked about that she's own property with the trees in there, and we talked about getting them cut down and the fence fixed. He wants to go up and look at it and put in a quote to cut those branches.
And, you know, we talked about getting that done because it's damaging her family.
I think we approved that one already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Just hard to find a reasonable tree guy. When I went to get a couple, like I was going to get him and stuff like that, he had switched companies over. He was doing clearing trees and stumps. Now he went back to trees. So.
See if he'll give us a better price to do both at the same time.
I think his price has been pretty doggone good
Yeah.
based on what we saw today. I can tell you, I had some Guatemalans do some work for me, and this guy's he put those guys to shame.
John's a good guy.
Yeah,
There's just a lot of trees up in that park.
Yeah.
It's not. And I don't know if you just want to tackle that really big one. The one right out in front, right between Jeff's and Ella Goodman's house. You know what I'm talking about, that big oak. What do you want for that? You want to leave it there, and what do you want to do? That baby's big. That's all I'm saying.
I'd say
Is it
leave.
falling over?
The branches do fall down on her. I had to cut some that were lower over top of her swing set.
But is the tree healthy?
It looks okay to me, but I'm not, I don't know if it's got borer beetles,
It's
I don't know
like-
if it's got rock, I don't know.
Maybe get price to trim it.
Limit
Trim
up
it
real
up.
good.
Limit up.
I could have them do both, clear the smaller trees through the back and give me a price on,
Limit it up. Yeah.
I think 150 we can,
Yeah.
if it's hurting buses, school's starting up.
I had 2 bus drivers come down and complain about it today.
Yeah.
All
School
right, we
starts
should take care of
Friday.
that.
I don't think
Yeah, we need to get that limb and all.
I just can't
They
reach.
go back Friday.
Yeah, I
Get into them.
And he also asked us today about this big tree right here by the creek.
Oh, yeah.
He does some kind of competition about these loggers climbing trees and going down through them and all this stuff. And he asked if he could practice on this. It's not damaging the tree, cutting any limbs out of it or anything like that. He would climb it, put his ropes up,
Yeah,
bells down,
bells
and times himself doing all this. And he said he would be more than glad to sign a release. He's got his own insurance and all. And he said he just needs something to practice in the competition on. That's a perfect tree. So he's not damaging the tree. And that's okay with you guys. We'd like to let him do it.
What if more people want to climb a tree?
Well, they gotta have insurance and a waiver from us like he does.
Yeah.
So you're gonna open it up to tree practice.
Sell tickets.
And maybe we should start, making money off this.
Yeah.
Have a food truck.
Or
I think that's fine, as
So
long
much
as
now.
we have a waiver of liability, that's the most important thing.
plenty of insurance.
Tell him to bring us a certificate.
Yeah, he said he would.
Yeah, we'll deal with that.
Okay.
Anything else, Joseph?
No, we're applying for Paul's paperwork to send to get his license. That'll take a couple of weeks, and then we'll let him know when he can sit for his test.
That's good.
Great.
Good progress, thank you.
All right.
Yep.
You feel ready? Good,
Absolutely.
glad to hear it.
And like a hill.
Confidence level is high.
Oh, we've been doing a real lot of, I know it doesn't look like it in certain spots, but grass cutting. Because we would have to stop, go somewhere else, time we get 2-3 days of rain, try to get some more. That's why I know everybody's seen down by the bridge. it looks like it needs a good cutting and cleaning. That's sort of was our last spot, and then started raining. We couldn't get to it.
Well, I know you've been mowing grass. I think I've seen you 3 or 4 different times mowing grass.
Well, that brings up another issue. I think it was a few months ago, the town lawnmower started leaking oil out the bottom of the engine real bad. We haven't had a chance to take it to Lynchburg and Millerville, so I've been using my personal lawnmower to cut the town grass.
So we need to get the town more
Repair.
fixed, repaired, or buy a new one.
I'm not sure what's wrong. I know it's leaking out the bottom, I don't know, because they tell me in some, there's a main seal around the shaft that they can redo, or it could possibly be a crack in the oil pan. But either way, they gotta pull the mower engine apart and try to rebuild it if they can. They won't know till they look at
Yeah, I mean, he shouldn't have to be using his personal mower.
No.
How old
it.
is
I
that machine?
volunteered to do it.
We appreciate it.
Joe, how old is that machine? Do we know?
I think Glenn bought it when Glenn was here. When you
19
guys got the
years?
shed. they
I think the machine's 19 years. I think
said.
it's 06. It's a commercial machine. I don't know how many hours it's on. It's probably the rear or the bottom seal in that engine. I've had mine replaced too.
I don't really know.
So,
Okay.
but I think it mower's probably about 20 years old.
I knew it was not young.
No, she's got some issues, but if it's not bad and they can fix it, I mean, it's good enough for what it can be.
Okay.
I just don't know the extent of the oil leak, because it's not a little oil leak.
But at 20 years old, are you gonna start having problems going from point A to point B to point C?
A lot of the wiring and cabling and all, I guess, before us, they did a lot of the twisting of the wires electrically and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
So we may wanna start thinking about a new mower.
Maybe.
Yeah, let's get
Probably
the quote.
should
see what
start
they say.
a process of looking into options and what they'll cost, and not hasten into a conclusion with the end of the season is only a couple of months away, but we need to start a process
Yeah, we can get through this year, but
so that we will know.
next year might
We
be tough.
don't need to have our bearings on this before spring.
I just wanted to make you aware of it.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Well,
Jason,
Sure.
PD.
So everybody should have the police report for July. While I'm thinking about it, before I go down here, the brush that Joe and them cut on the back, that has been picked up and cleaned on the back of the plaza. The lights on the back of the plaza also have been installed, so we've got lights back there now. We still have more lights to put up in suites that's not being used, but for the vast majority of the suites that people are occupied in, there are lights in the back. So the license plate readers last year that we spoke on, and I was trying to get into that program, we missed the mark. This year we was able to get into the program. It's a $10,000 allowance for that. It's a reimbursement. So we purchase it, they reimburse it. It's normal with grants and programs. That gives us 3 cameras. Currently, I think the Flock representative has sent the contract to John, and John's reviewing it. Also, we have to get permission from property owners to install that pole or install that license plate reader on their property. So that's what we have for that. If you flip over, you'll see it says RTC Manufacturing with a quote of $4,400 approximately. What this is the House goes in and changes laws every year. July 1st, that law changed. It says speed cameras that are in school zones have to be observed working. So in order to do that, a camera has to be put on that light. Out to everybody that has a speed camera system in their school zone has to comply with that law. So this is what this quote is for, is to have a camera installed on that light system in the school, the flashing lights. Evidently, somewhere along the line, somebody, contested that and says, hey, I don't think the light was working. And, how was they gonna prove that, I guess? So it got put into the law that you gotta have a camera on that flashing light. So right now, we're up against the $4,400. Do we wanna spend the money? Do we wanna take the camera system down? Personally, I think it's a public safety issue with the kids up there. I think it's money well spent. The program that we have and that we're doing now would pay for this. I think it'll cover itself. So I think this is something that we need to do. This is the same system, if I'm correct, that Altadus is going to use. I may have already said that. So,
Bottom line is, the speed cameras pay off enough to pay for it.
yeah.
How many people, or when was the system put in?
The camera system on the flashing lights.
The cameras for the speeding in school zones?
I want to say 19 or 2019, I think, because Jones was here when those cameras.
Not that.
No, I think it's 20, I would say 21, 22.
Okay.
Do you know roughly how many people
Yeah, so
have been?
I asked those numbers to try to make sure I had those answers for you. In 2024, they mailed out 106 citations. 2025, year to date, they've mailed out 127 so far.
That's well paying for it.
And they take a percentage. of
What's
that.
the max speed that you've seen?
The max?
10.
Yeah, that's what the law states is 10.
No. That you've caught someone going down that road with those cameras.
During school.
They can go 10 miles over.
Yeah, they're gonna get, see, it's a flat $100 fine. It doesn't matter how fast they go.
Okay.
But to answer your question, I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, I can tell you in the past, I've caught people running 52 on Prospect. And, I was after somebody for running 92 on Prospect one time.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
But that wasn't in the school zone.
thank God. So these are cameras watching the lights,
Correct.
not replacing the cameras that are catching the speeders.
That's correct. These cameras only watch the flashing lights, and they will be set in. And this $4,400 does not include an electrician to wire that system. We will have to pay for an electrician to wire it in.
Okay, so you said it's $100 flat fine, and there's 100 roughly, so it's $1,000 a year. What portion of that goes to her?
So I want to say that the 2024 citation revenue was $7,000. Total dispersed to her was $4,300 in 2024. 2025 year to date was $68. Total dispersed was $41.
Okay.
And some change.
So that would pay for it within about 2 years, including the electrician. Well, I'm in favor of the school zone speed cameras, but I am not in favor of that heat system going in place.
The what system?
The flock cameras.
Flock cameras.
Gary, how do you feel?
Well, it looks like to me that it's in the interest of public safety in the school zone and that it would pay for itself. I see no reason not to move forward. It's been recommended by our police chief. I don't see any reason to take issue with it.
About the flock camera?
I'm fine with it.
Alice?
I'm fine, I agree with Gary, both.
I'm fine with it. It's safe for the children. That's the main thing.
Paul?
I'm good.
Steve?
Yeah, I'm good with it. Also, to add to it, for the safety of the kids during school hours, patrol cars sitting up there would help too, as well That's it. So, but I'm okay with it.
Well, I think you need to make a motion and vote on each one separately.
All right, do I hear a motion to move forward with the flock camera first? You guys just said you wanted it.
So moved.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Let's go through it again. Steve,
Yes.
Paul,
Yes.
yes,
Yes.
Alice, Gary.
Yes.
All right, do I hear a motion for the camera that's going to be going to be watching our flashing lights? What do you call that one?
You skipped over me, so I'll just make it clear, no.
Sorry, it wasn't intentional.
I want to make sure I get my vote.
I want you to add your vote, sorry.
So it's the RTC manufacturing, let's see here. I'm trying to give you a description. It's
Just call the name, the company name.
the RTC manufacturing.
RTC Manufacturing Camera
Camera.
watching the school side.
Yep.
All right, Bob, since I missed you.
Are we gonna eventually need a camera watching this camera too?
Hey, if they make it into law, I can only go by what the law says.
Yeah, if they pass a statute that says that.
All right,
you'll
I will
have to-
make a motion that we approve the quote from RTC Manufacturing to install cameras to watch our school zone flashing lights.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
All right, Bob,
Yes.
Gary,
Yes.
Alice,
Yes.
Jimmy, Paul,
Yes.
Steve.
Yes.
Look like you got
Appreciate it.
both, I guess it would be both cameras.
Yep.
All right, legal, John Ellis.
Well, we've talked about both things that I've been working on, which one is the new amendments to the ordinances, and the other is going through the flock information, the contract and everything with Jason. So that's what I've been doing.
We appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I don't have anything other than ride by at night and look at the new lights in the parking lot. They're pretty impressive. But
They are very-
thank you guys for coming.
Let me read this.
Yep. Steve's got something he wants to bring up.
Oh, the Stanton River Medical Center here in town. They're lacking funds for the X-ray machine, and unless they get funds to update it, we're going to lose the X-rays over. That means you'll either have to go to Lynchburg, Danville, or Greville to get an X-ray. So let me just read you the letter that I have. To whom it may concern, the X-ray machine at CVFP Stanton River is currently operating with one battery and one plate. This machine was installed in 2016, is outdated, and too old to repair. A new machine was updated, software will soon need to be installed, with an estimated cost between $20,000 and $40,000. We're currently working on an updated estimate and more details. Though we have been informed our machine will need to be decommissioned. Stanton River's X-ray machine has been providing an important service to our community for many years. If this service is not available at our office, patients will have to drive to our diagnostic center, a 40-minute drive, or to Centra in Gretna, 20 minutes away. This could adversely affect the care of delays in treatment as well as increased costs to patients. Therefore, we are asking for assistance to maintain this important service to our community, as this is an underserved rural community. We believe there may be opportunities for grants or other funding. We also have other ideas on how we may fundraise this important endeavor. Thank you for your time and your consideration. Sincerely, Courtney Dawson, Anchor Physician, CVFP, Stanton River. So they asked me about it the other day when I was over there, and I said I would bring it before the council in the town just to make you aware that there is a need. And if you got any input or ways to raise this money, that'll be fine. We'll probably be looking into some grants and that kind of thing, but, I think it's worth our time and effort to try to keep the X-ray machine here at Hertz, so we don't have to go to Lynchburg, Danville, or Gretna. So, this right here will not only benefit the people of the town, but the people of this end of the county as well. So just making you aware of that. If you got any ideas or any way to contribute as far as raising money for this, we're gonna get some more specific estimates as to what the real cost will be. I know it's a big span between 20 and 40. So we're trying to get that narrowed down and, try to look as, maybe if we can get some grants or that kind of thing.
Have they pursued grants before? Because of being an underserved community is gonna be a huge, benefit for grant.
Yeah, the problem is part of this outfit over here is nonprofit, and part of it is. But they're gonna eliminate the X-ray machine unless they can come up with the funds to update it. So that's where they are. So,
Is the X-ray machine declared in one of the areas or the other? In other words, is it in a non-profit area or is it for-profit area?
that part of it's being looked into.
Okay.
I don't have the answer tonight. I just got this. And I'm just throwing it out there that the community, I think, needs to be aware of it. You know, of course, everybody's up against it for money. I understand that, but this is a service for our town that I think we need to try to hang on to if we can.
And we probably, I think everybody would probably agree, while Rachel is looking for some of the grants that she's doing for us, if she runs across one, we should make them aware of it.
Yeah.
And let them know what's out
Yeah,
there.
do that first and see if there's a possibility.
Yeah, I would encourage talking with her about that. There should be a good resource.
Yeah.
Well, there's several people that we're gonna try to contact. And the Danville Regional Foundation is one. And then there's the JT Mini Hall Foundation that we're gonna try to contact them and see what we can get going. But there again, I just want to make everybody aware of any ideas, anything that you think would help, be appreciated.
Yeah, I think that's a resource that we ought to try to keep here for sure.
Yeah, goodness, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay then.
Thank you, Steve.
I do also have one announcement.
Okay.
The Motley Dixie Youth, just want to make sure everybody knows that they are at the Nationals. We're actually playing at 8 o'clock, so if people want to watch that, go ahead and please tune in and support them.
Any idea which
It's the final four.
Yeah, they won today, and I think they're playing in one more, so that's pretty exciting.
They've only lost one game. Alabama beat them. That's the only team to beat them so far.
Yeah, that's who they're playing here at 8 o'clock.
They're playing a double elimination.
Yep. So on their Facebook page, they have a link to their live stream, and it's on GameChangerGC.com. So if people want to watch that, please go ahead and do that. So pretty exciting for our community to have that happen.
Thank you. I didn't know you guys want to watch it. Anything else for the good of the cause?
One more. As everybody knows, we have a council member at Danville, Lee Vogler. Just wanted to express our condolences for him in that tragic event, and that we are thinking of him and his family, and we'll keep it in our thoughts and prayers.
Sure.
And there's a GoFundMe.
Yep.
I think they had about close to 80,000 at last count.
Yep.
It's gonna take millions.
Yeah.
It's gonna take a long, long time.
Any others? Thank everybody for attending, and you guys have a wonderful evening, and we will see you in a couple of weeks. This meeting is adjourned at 8:02.
I got